Welcome to my channel, and in today's cooking we're gonna see how to make fish spicy sambal. This is extremely easy, so let's get cooking. You can use any type of fish that you want hereby. These are the core ingredients which I've listed in the description. These are the dry chilies. Please adjust according to the spicy level. Next is I'm using kerisi. I'm not really sure what it's called in English. I'm just adding in a little bit of ginger garlic paste, some salt to taste, and also turmeric. This is just a very mild marination because we're gonna make into sambal, so you don't really need to add a lot of ingredients. So just mix it all together, make sure it's all coated, and then get your fish inside of the paste, and then just just lightly coat them both internally and also externally. Once you've done that, you can just set it aside. Moving on to the next step is to mildly fry the fish. You don't have to deep fry them, because if you deep fry them, it will be exceptionally crispy and it will be quite hard for you to eat. So since we're gonna make into sambal, just lightly fry them. Heat up a wok or a pan and then add a good amount of oil. Please don't add less oil because that's gonna take your fish so long to get cooking. And also at the same time, do not overcrowd your pan. A maximum of 3 or 4 fishes is just nice. Okay, this is to make sure that all parts of the fish are equally fried. So this is how it's getting fried. Next, moving on to the paste. Add all of the chilies, the lemongrass, the tomatoes, and according to your spicy level, make them into a paste. Blend them really finely and then heat up your wok. I personally love to use wok for my cooking. It really makes very authentic and very homely. So just add in a little bit of oil, probably just 2 to 3 tablespoons. You can also use the oil from the fried fish, but at the moment I just gotta add new because my fish is still frying at the side stove, as you can see. So add in your sliced onions and then another stalk of lemongrass, and make sure you heat the bottom of the lemongrass because that will really release the flavors of the lemongrass. Next, adding on just 2 tablespoons of a ginger garlic paste, which I already prepared beforehand. I always have ginger garlic paste made ready in my refrigerator because that seriously makes the cooking exceptionally easy. Mine is a little bit greenish because it's been stored about a week. That really doesn't matter because I kind of put it in the freezer rather than the refrigerator. Then add in your tomatoes. Just keep stirring them from time to time, and once you can see the onions are quite translucent, add in your finely blended chili paste into the wok. At this point, if you feel like the cooking gets a little bit dry, you can always add oil. It's better to add a little bit more of oil instead of water, because if you add more water, then your sambal would be quite thin and it's going to take a long time to get reduced, and all you want that thick sambal to coat that fish. So just add in 1 teaspoon of turmeric in Asian cookings or any cookings, but obviously it's on Asian cooking, you gotta add a little bit of turmeric. Add in salt at this time and then just give them a little stir, and that's it. You're done. Just keep it to simmer in medium flame. Do not put in high flame because that will make your sambal to get quickly dry but not really cooked. So just let them to simmer in medium flame for about 15 minutes and then just give them a stir from time to time. This is to make sure that the sambal paste do not get burned because we are not using a non-stick pan, we are using a wok. And then here is my personal preference. I always like to use some asam jawa, which is a tamarind paste. You can use the old style, which is like you take the tamarind and then you just mix it with water and then you squeeze out the water. But you also can add in like 1 teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of already made tamarind paste, which makes the cooking easier, and then just add them just to get a little bit of that sour kind of plum taste. And then once your fish has been cooked, you can add in the fish probably in the last 5 to 10 minutes of your sambal. Make sure you taste your sambal beforehand, and always remember that you already added a little bit of salt to your fish, so don't over add salt to your sambal. So slowly and slowly stir your sambal, because if you stir them in a very wok hey kind of style, it's gonna break the fish apart, so you're gonna get fishes without heads, probably no tails or half of the body. So slowly stir them I just added a little bit of the oil from the fried fish just now. This is just to have a little bit of extra taste there. So as you can see, I'm just stirring in slowly. Not so slowly actually, but just be careful. Okay. And then this is the right consistency. You can add a little bit of water if you want it to be a little runny, but I really love it dry as this much. So make sure you stir your fish, you know, make sure the sambal is coating all the fishes. Yeah, that's about it. So in the last step, I already have one onion sliced in medium, about like 1 cm apart, and also I have a couple of fresh curry leaves. So I'm just gonna add this probably in the last 2 minutes of my cooking and also stir them. At this point, please check your salt. Since you added the onions and also the curry leaves, they tend to take the salt taste a little bit to them, so you can always adjust your salt at this point of time. You can add a little bit of salt, you know, just to make sure that the flavor is there, because we don't want just a blunt spicy sambal but no taste. So salt is an important factor in your cooking. So this is just me trying to get my sambal fish in a different angle. As you can see, it's dry, it's beautiful. Please enjoy and subscribe.